cuffs.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Got to tell you, there's some things that just tickle me.
Yeah, what's that?
The fact that during the last segment you were sitting down, and this segment you were standing up.
And my height hasn't changed
your height
at all.
Hasn't changed, not even a lick.
At all. I can do that. I'm like one of those, I can transform. It's true. I am the same. I am the same height standing up than I am sitting in my stool here at the studio. We don't even really have to even change the microphone height or the video height.
It's all good.
But all of a sudden I was just having my lower back was just killing me. I'm like, I've got to stand up. And sometimes I need to stand up just because I need to raise my energy. But after today, I am telling you, we have had 3 Rockstar All-Stars in with us today. And the Experience Pros Radio Show just keeps getting better and better. Thank you to the contribution of our All-Star expert guests. These are influence in their community. These are industry experts who have taken the leap to say, I'm not going to do just business as usual. I'm going to share my knowledge. I'm going to share it with the world. I'm not going to keep it to myself. Just had Heather Schooler in and talking about, where's your business leaking and losing money? I'll tell you what, if you don't take advantage, if you don't figure this stuff out in your business, you're going to go broke.
Right.
And you don't even realize that there's help out there to bring you around. You can find her URL, her landing page where she's going to help you is called ismybusinessleaking.com. Ismybusinessleaking.com. Before that, we had Zandra Evans, Coach Zandra.
Right.
She's talking about helping you live to your truest potential.
Yes.
And the statistics are staggering of how many people are walking around in life feeling stuck. Let me tell you, you are not a tree. You can move. I was having a conversation with somebody. She moved to a new state, which is, an old state. It's where her sisters are.
Yeah.
Her business isn't, thriving there. She's not thriving there. She doesn't even really see her sisters as often. She saw them more when she didn't live there than she does now.
Come back.
Right. And so you can move. So Coach Zandra, you can actually schedule a free 30-minute consultation with her at CoachZandra.com.
And then we had Christine Hernandez with Champion Carpets and Upholstery Cleaning. And I'll tell you what, ChampionCarpetColorado.com is the website. Is your house making you sick? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And it's you and your skin cells that are feeding the flu that lasts for 90 days in your carpet and your upholstery and your bed. You call them. You got to get them.
Right.
Champion Carpet, Colorado. Sorry.
Get your air ducts clean. Get your carpet clean. Get her list of how to start spring cleaning your house. And I know that's, we've kind of had our windows in our house all locked up for the winter, and we finally are going to get some fresh air in, but make sure that part of your spring cleaning is actually getting your carpets and your air ducts clean. ChampionCarpetColorado.com. Now, I've heard that in the industry, overall, that there aren't enough women speakers and women leaders and women on stages. You wouldn't know that by the rock star of women that we have here on our All-Star panel at Experience Pros. We are always looking for just a few of those gems that want to participate, be a part of our All-Star team, have a regular feature here every single month on the Experience Pros radio show. We do this collaboratively. Is that the word?
Yes, ma'am.
We are a team. We are a unit, and we are rocking it. And I am on fire.
Every one of the All-Stars that has joined our program in the last 3 months and some of the ones that have been there for even more than 3 months, has added to their bottom line, but it's not their primary goal. Their primary goal is to increase their credibility and influence. And as they've done that, Angel, guess what? The unavoidable byproduct of that influence and increased visibility is more sales.
It's a natural byproduct. Instead, it's working smarter, not harder.
Yes.
It's speaking one to many instead of one to one. And it's establishing yourself as that industry expert where you are a a magnet, it's that attraction marketing. And we just have an incredible lineup. I'm really, really excited about that.
Absolutely.
But what happens if somebody isn't planting that seed of success in you, but instead is planting a seed of doubt?
I got a guy who fixed any problem, including one with a name, for $100.
I was watching, I've got a girlfriend who does a Facebook Live, and she's actually, and I mentioned her earlier, her husband came up to her and said, ever since starting your business, you aren't any fun.
Right.
Because she's just working harder and harder. Well, she realized that what she is doing has been on the advice of, you should do this instead of that thing you are most passionate about.
Yep.
Instead of that thing that you really want to do, there's not going to be enough of a clientele for that. So you should do this other thing instead. And so for the last 2 or 3 years, she's been doing this other thing instead, and kind of the life is being sucked out of her.
Yeah.
So she's decided, even though I was actually given advice, I was told that this was not a viable business idea.
Mm-hmm.
So even though that person didn't take it away from her, it was just their opinion that this won't work. And a lot of times, people give us well-meaning advice, but their advice is wrapped up in how they see the world, right?
Yeah.
What their experience has been or hasn't been.
And all you got to do is tell me what I cannot do. Then you have to get out of the way while I show you what I'm going to do.
Right? Isn't it funny how sometimes our doubters, somebody who doubts us, can be the best motivation ever?
Every time.
Right?
For me, every time.
You're like, get out of my way and watch me.
Yeah. Here's some ways to give your dreams the benefit of those doubters. Ready? Number one, doubters actually care about you. I mean, they do. They may be misplaced care, but they care about you.
Well, they don't want you to fall. They don't want you to fail.
That's right.
They don't want you to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do think that a lot of times they are well-meaning. It doesn't mean that it was helpful, or, doesn't mean that they're pushing you forward. In fact, a lot of times it means they're holding you back, but it's because they love you.
They love you. They want you to succeed. And guess what? When you succeed, they will be the first ones at the table supporting you and cheering you on, after that initial resistance.
The same ones that say, you can't do it, can never be done. But as soon as you do it, they're like, I knew it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Totally believed you could do it. If anybody could have done it, it was you.
Right.
What about this? Doubters, they actually show you where you have room for improvement.
You have to lay down your ego in order to hear that, though. It's so true. When somebody says something to you and you go all defensive, as happens to me on a regular occasion, if you lay down your ego and are willing to talk it out and listen, they may actually help you cut the curve off the time that it takes. What is the learning curve to get it right?
Well, how often can we see something in somebody else that they don't see because they're too close to it?
That's right.
Either something that, they could be doing or something they shouldn't be doing. And just having that outside perspective can be that little nugget of helping you improve in an area or something you were missing.
Yep.
We said it that they are the best motivation.
You bet.
Because we're like, get out of my way. Stop telling me what I can't do while I'm doing it.
When my kids were young and all throughout their growing up years, all the way through high school, I told them, I said, do not tell me what you cannot do. Show me what you're going to do. It was a mantra at our house. Mm-hmm. And, it's one of those things. And I think it was because, and this is a true story. Back in the day, my father looked at me and said, and I was a rough kid. I was a really rough kid, but my father said, all I ever wanted was somebody to live up to my last name, and you have denied me that. And I stood up and said, you know something? That will be the words that you eat. And all my life I have been driven, and all my life my father knows that my success is all about that moment.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. There are just sometimes these are those, somebody can say something or something can happen. You might have lost a job. I remember one of my daughters actually was working for a toy store over the Christmas holidays. It was her first job.
Sure.
Right. Working in retail over the holidays. And they let her go, and they said something about you should not work retail. And then this same little girl went on to work at Disney retail and get accolades for Disney retail. And, but she kept remembering, here's this person telling her,
I'm not good for retail.
Right. But again, it's just their opinion.
That's right.
It's just their opinion. Nice thing is sometimes your doubters can actually become one of your most powerful allies
Amen.
in your success. So if you can bridge the difference to actually be, win over your skeptic, they can actually be the one that's actually cheerleading for you, opening doors, making recommendations, introducing you to others.
The bigger and more audacious your dream, the more of those naysayers you're going to experience. But Usain Bolt said it well. You remember him, the Olympic Usain Bolt,
sure.
the fastest man alive?
Right.
He says to all my doubters, thank you very much. You guys have also pushed me. Folks, we're going to push you a little bit more right after these messages. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.